G.W.F. Hegel, a profound philosopher of the 19th century, once wrote, "The owl of Minerva takes flight only at dusk." A poignant metaphor, this statement encapsulates a central theme in Hegel's philosophy. The owl symbolizing wisdom and Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, together represent the understanding of history. For Hegel, the owl's flight at dusk signifies that a proper comprehension of a historical period can only be achieved after it has concluded in the twilight of its existence. This is a crucial aspect of Hegel's philosophy. He proposes that our understanding of history, and indeed our understanding of reality itself, is not a static, fixed entity. Instead, it is a dynamic process that unfolds over time. We are not passive observers of this process, but active participants. It is through our engagement with the world that we come to understand it, and this understanding is constantly evolving and constantly deepening. In essence, Hegel emphasized that wisdom comes with hindsight. Hegel is renowned as the philosopher of consciousness, a title he earned through his unique perspective on self-knowledge and being. When we delve into the world of Hegel's philosophy, we find ourselves in the realm of consciousness. For Hegel, consciousness is not a static, one-dimensional concept, but a broad spectrum of experiences. The journey extends from the most basic sensory perceptions to the profound contemplation of art and religion. It is through these experiences that we form our understanding of reality, of what is true and what is real. But Hegel's philosophy does not stop there. It goes beyond mere perception to explore the very essence of our existence in the world. Hegel views philosophy as a living consciousness, a dynamic force that is not confined to the walls of academia. Instead, it is an active exploration of existence, an ongoing dialogue between the individual and the world. Hegel's conception of consciousness is like a river, ever flowing and ever changing. It is a stream of experiences and perceptions, thoughts and ideas, all converging to form the fullness of self-knowledge. It is through this process that we grow, that we expand our understanding of the world and our place within it. In his work, The Philosophy of Right, Hegel vividly describes what philosophy is not. He warns, when philosophy paints its gray on gray, then has a form of life grown old, and with gray on gray it cannot be rejuvenated, but only known. The owl of Minerva first takes flight with twilight closing in. This metaphorical depiction serves as a caution against a stagnant philosophy, one that merely observes without seeking to grow or evolve. Essentially, Hegel's philosophy celebrates consciousness, a tribute to the human capacity for self-knowledge and understanding. It is a call to engage with the world, to experience it in all its complexity, and to grow from these experiences. For Hegel, philosophy is not a mere academic pursuit, but a living, breathing exploration of existence. Hegel's philosophy also encompasses a unique view of the relationship between philosophy and poetry. In the rich tapestry of Hegel's thought, poets are seen not merely as weavers of words, but as prophetic figures. Their verses, like the cryptic utterances of an oracle, carry profound insights that often elude the grasp of the untrained listener. Yet, these words are not dismissed as mere fancy. Instead, they are received, dissected, and interpreted by philosophers, the custodians of wisdom. Hegel saw poets as channels of a divine voice, their words echoing the whispers of the gods. But the philosopher deciphers this divine language and brings it to the fullness of understanding. The poets speak, the philosophers listen, and in this dialogue, wisdom is born. But Hegel also attributed another role to poetry. He recognized it as a vehicle to transcend the mundane world and to reach for the transcendent. Poetry, in his eyes, was a bridge between the immanent and the transcendent, a pathway that allowed the human spirit to move beyond the confines of the physical world. In the transcendent realm, the human spirit encounters the profound, the beautiful, and the sublime experiences that stretch the boundaries of consciousness, deepening our understanding of the world and ourselves. Poetry, thus, is not merely an art form, but a tool for spiritual and intellectual growth. In this dance between the poet and the philosopher, the words of the former become the raw material for the latter's quest for wisdom. Both are essential players in the theater of consciousness, their roles intertwined, their contributions complementary. The poet, with his ability to transcend the mundane, enables the philosopher to confront the transcendent. The philosopher, with his capacity to interpret and understand, enables the poet's words to be comprehended and appreciated. Together, they create a symphony of wisdom, a harmony of understanding. In Hegel's philosophy, poets and philosophers are intertwined, each complementing the other in the pursuit of wisdom. In the last few minutes, we've delved deep into the philosophy of Hegel, a philosophy that is rich, complex, and profoundly human. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored. We began our journey with the enigmatic owl of Minerva, a metaphor for wisdom that takes flight only at dusk. Hegel suggests that we understand the phases of history only in retrospect, only after they've passed. Wisdom, according to Hegel, is the result of reflection and analysis of what has happened, not what is happening. We moved on to discuss Hegel as the philosopher of consciousness. He approached philosophy not just as an intellectual exercise, but as a living, breathing consciousness, an ongoing process of self-discovery and self-knowledge. This concept of consciousness is not limited to the rational mind. It encompasses all aspects of human experience, from sense perception to appreciating art and religion. Indeed, for Hegel, philosophy is ultimately about our being in the world. Finally, we considered the relationship between philosophy and poetry in Hegel's view. He saw poets as prophetic figures, their words acting as conduits to the divine. Yet the philosophers interpret these words, bringing them to a complete understanding. In this way, poetry provides a means of transcending the mundane and accessing the divine. Yet philosophy provides the tools for understanding this transcendence. The philosophy of Hegel is a rich tapestry that weaves together the threads of wisdom, consciousness, and the interplay of philosophy and poetry. It offers a unique perspective on our place in the world and our quest for understanding. Remember, in the words of Hegel, wisdom comes with hindsight. The journey of understanding his philosophy continues. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more philosophical insights. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom.